Hey, you guys, welcome back to with Karen with Ask the Spirit Guides. How's it going today? So, I thought it would be fun to talk about what's blocking our abundance because we're kind of coming up. It's December is when I'm filming this. And a lot of times people think about their lives at this time of year, going into the fresh start. And sometimes we have to consider what are those things that might be blocking what I consider to be abundance in my life. So what you consider to be abundance in your life, okay? And that could be different for everybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be abundance in relationships. It could be an abundance in getting some quiet. Like you have no abundance in quiet time. Like I need some quiet time and I'm lacking abundance and quiet time for myself. I'm lacking the abundance of self-care. I'm lacking, something like that. Okay. So what might be getting in the way of that is what we're going to be taking a look at. And we're going to ask the angels today for some messages for you. Okay. I really do believe that whenever you stumble across this video, that this is the time for you to hear this message. And so, and especially if it resonates with you, this was the perfect timing. So if it's not in December when I release this video, obviously you can tell it's December. If it's July when this comes across your feed, then that would be I'd be curious to know, leave a message and say it's July or whatever month it is. That's not December. And let me know. I'd be curious to know when people start seeing this and if it was applicable at that time of your life, that would be really fun to see in the comments. So I will ask you to comment along the way so that the community, so you guys can share with each other things that you're thinking about. And I've gotten a lot of feedback that that's really helpful for people. Okay. So, this can be a safe community to explore your spirituality and explore, admit things that are not going well and how do we work on, getting those things moving in the right direction, basically. Okay, and if you're new here, real quick, if you could go, you're welcome to, I have an intro video that kind of explains more about what is Ask the Spirit Guides, and that's on the channel. And then I have a Start Here playlist that has more basic, showing you the dowsing rods that I use to communicate with my spirit guides. There's a couple videos in there. And so just really kind of helpful to get to know the kind of the setup here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do 3 cards. I'll say my little prayer first, and I'm going to prop them up on here. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. So yeah, we're going to do 3 cards because sometimes we just need a little bit more information. All right, you guys. So could you please, I'm talking to my spirit guides, could you please tap into the spirit guides, the higher selves of those who visit this video now and in the future, anytime. So I call upon them to help give a message of what might be blocking their abundance at the time that they come across this video. So I'm going to do 3 cards and we'll just have a conversation about what might be blocking. Whoop, hello. That one just fell out. There's our first one. So what might be blocking, and then they're going to give you I have a little booklet I can read out of, and it gives a lot of good little suggestions. And so I'll talk about how, there's the second one. I'll talk about how to utilize the information, okay, for your benefit. And then again, you'll be able to see what people say in the comments. It's really fun. All right, so can you guys give me a third message as to what would be helpful in terms of what could be blocking our abundance and anyone who's visiting here, mine and anybody else's? What's blocking the abundance that we're thinking about at this time? And then any message you want to have for us on that. Sometimes I just shuffle until I get an obvious because they're kind of working themselves through the cards, and I just trust when one pops out that that's the one that they're like, yes, this one. And you got to remember, they've got to move the energy. So and move the cards so to make sure that they're giving you the right message. I really believe that. I've done this too many times that it's just like the exact message that people need. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So what I want you to do before we do this is you get a little journal down or get a piece of paper, doesn't matter, and just write down what's blocking my abundance. Okay? So this will make it useful for you. That's obviously the whole point of this. So what's blocking my abundance? And just say message from my angels on there. All right. So if you need to pause and then go get that. Then I want you to think, then write down what abundance are you referring to? When I said abundance, what was the first thing that came to your mind? Or maybe I gave you some ideas of different ideas of abundance, because I do think we mostly think about financial. So maybe financial is not the most important thing to you. Is there something else? Maybe it's an abundance of health that you're looking for. Or, again, it just whatever, an abundance of free time that you're missing, So write down what it is, and it could be a couple things. Write down a couple, whatever you're referring to in this point, okay? All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the image first, and whatever you see right away, just write down, like, what does that image mean to you if you see something, okay? Like if you see, a snake or something, or something of beauty, something specific, just write it in the journal right underneath, okay? So this is your first message. So this is number 51. I'd ask anyone with some expertise in numerology if you want to put some comments on the numbers. So 51, so 5 plus 1 equals 6. So that's going to be the number for the card. All right. Anything pop out to you in terms of your lack, with the question about your abundance? Okay, let's look at the words. Okay, so this is a runner guide who's giving us some feedback, and it's on bounty. Okay. So bounty and runner guides. All right, so let's take a look at what that could mean. And then I'm going to have you pause and put something, I'll explain what I want you to write in the comments. All right. Okay, so there's 4 words that come with each of these cards. So think about when I read these words, if there's one of the words that you go, oh yeah, that's interesting. Okay, with regards to the question of what's blocking this particular abundance that you would like to have in your life. Okay, so, and again, you might be like, well, I don't even know what those words mean, but we'll get to that. Okay, so upgrade, benefit, gifts, discovery. Okay, so upgrade, benefit, gifts, discovery. So are any of those seem like something that might be blocking your abundance? Okay. So your runner guide's message to you about bounty, all right, about the upgrade, the benefit, the gifts, the discovery, is notice and receive the plentiful, positive, and beneficial energy available to you now. So notice and receive the plentiful, positive, and beneficial energy available to you now. So is there anything in that message that you might not be doing in terms of, something here that could be blocking your abundance? Okay. Could it be that you're not receiving the plentiful, positive, and beneficial energy? Is there something you feel like is maybe blocking your energy? Okay. So when you think life is tough and everything is a struggle, it's a struggle to talk right now. Your runner guides will appear on the scene to redirect your attention away from the negative and connect you with all the positive and loving energies surrounding you. Their behind the scenes work may manifest as a spontaneous invitation to a party or the arrival of a gift of appreciation completely out of the blue. You may receive an unexpected compliment, a promotion, or a raise. Your runner guides may also lead you to new people who bring tremendous positivity, fun, and relationship into your life. Your runner guides don't want you to get trapped in a negative outlook and miss the beauty all around you. Okay, so questions that I have from this message. Is there a chance that you're trapped in a negative outlook about this? Wonder if that could be it. Are you feeling, because the first sentence is, when you think life is tough and everything is a struggle, is there anything about this abundance, that energy of thinking that life is tough around this and everything is a struggle? Does anything like that resonate with you? Okay. I'm just reading to see if there's anything else. Okay. So open your heart and mind and ask your runner guides to help you release your known and unknown mental and emotional blocks and obstacles that stop the bounty and flow of the universe from coming your way. Okay, so something is blocking what you consider bounty, okay, which is really interesting because bounty and abundance are like, they kind of go really hand in hand, right? So they're saying to open your heart and mind and ask your runner guides or guardian angels, you can ask your spirit guides, whatever you call them, or God, to help you release your known and unknown mental and emotional blocks and obstacles that stop the bounty and flow of the universe from coming your way. It's a really good suggestion. I love that, because what I really like about it is to help you release your known and unknown. Sometimes that we just don't even know. Like, so you might be going, I don't even know. Like, I've been asking for this forever, but maybe you don't know what the mental block is or the emotional block is. So ask for clarity on that. Maybe that's what this card is bringing to you. The difficult period you've been in is about to ease. Yay! The hard trek is behind you. Now comes the easier part. Do not assume because a part of your journey has been challenging that the entire life journey will be. The tides are about to turn in your favor and the good times will begin. Ask your runner guides to bring your attention to any blind spots that keep you from seeing the gifts before you. Okay, so are there any blind spots that you might have had that you're not aware of? All right. So in the comments, because again, I like to engage the community, one, you get to share, and two, your sharing helps other people see, one, they're not alone. They might get some tips from you. What is it about bounty? So I want you to write bounty and then give a few words about bounty that resonates with you. Resonates with you. Okay. And you could put bounty, feeling blocked, unknown mental or emotional blocks, or anything, something you want to do. Maybe that's even better. Something you want to do to increase your bounty. Okay. That's probably better. We'll put the positive energy in the comments. All right, let's see what number 2 is. And then we'll try to connect them. All right, so again, the image, this is number 37. 37. So do you see anything in here about blocking, any blockages from abundance, or any messages to you? What do you see? And here is the celebration, joy, your joy guides. So here we have runner guides, and these are your joy guides. So bounty and celebration. Okay. Hopefully we'll be able to celebrate the bounty, right? All right. So number 37. So we have 7, 8, 9, 10. So this reduces to 1. This one does. Because you have 37, 7, 8, 9. So 7 plus 3 is 10. And then if you take the 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay? So, 1 plus 0 is 1. So you have a 1 here and a 6 here. So again, if anybody knows numerology, you could offer some pearls of wisdom. That would be amazing. Especially in terms of, if you have any understanding that you could help people understand what might be blocking their abundance in terms of numbers, that would be amazing. Okay, 37. Okay, so let's see if any of these words resonate. Oh my gosh! Come on, I need a cup of coffee, I think. All right, alignment, harvest, bonding, or celebration. Okay, or celebration. So those are the 4 words that resonate with celebration. Alignment, harvest, bonding, or celebration, or celebration. So if you could write one of those words on your journal, if they make sense for you. So your joy guide's message to you is plan the party. You'll soon have reason to celebrate. Plan the party. You'll soon have reason to celebrate. Okay. So 37, I wanted to look at 51 real quick. That's the last one we were. Sometimes I'm so into this that I can't even remember what the last one was. Okay, so if your joy guides are saying plan the party, you'll soon have reason to celebrate, and your runner guides are saying notice and receive the plentiful, positive, and beneficial energy available to you now. So what that's telling me is that if you start doing that, if you start noticing and receiving the positive and beneficial energy that's available to you now, that you can start planning the party. You'll soon have time to celebrate. Okay? So I'm going to try to tie them together the best I can. I just keep the pages open like this. Okay, so let's see what other messages we get about this one. You're entering a period of celebration, which tells me that your blockage of abundance should be starting to loosen. Okay? And start sending that right energy to it and having confidence. Confidence, is something to definitely, hopefully you'll get a little confidence from this reading so that you can start to trust that that you're not going to have that blockage anymore. Okay? Because I think if you always feel like you're blocked and you keep that energy, guess what's going to happen? You're just going to always be blocked, right? So we're trying to remove that blockage with this reading. Okay? So you're entering a period of celebration. Your joy guides are at hand, ushering you into a season of personal harvest, success, and completion. Yippee! This is a time when life gives back to you. You may enter a life-affirming relationship, receive an inheritance, land a promotion, close a deal, or just get a long-awaited lucky break. Whatever you desire, your joy guides are urging you to prepare for a beautiful blessing because it's surely coming. You guys, there's a lot of cards in this deck. How many cards? There's 56 cards in this deck. And these are amazing cards, especially for something that maybe you feel has been blocking. Really positive messages. Realize that as life's tides turn your way, the soon-to-be realized positive flow of events isn't just a fluke or an accident or the luck of the draw. Rather, it's the natural outcome of your unwavering loving efforts, hard work, and commitment to your dreams and goals. All right. So it's time, I think, to start paying attention. Which one am I on here? Start paying attention to the work rather than sending the energy of the blockage. It's not blocked, okay? You have bounty here. You've set the stage. You just got to start believing in it, okay? And I mean, they really are talking about with this one, positive. It's an energetic card, this one, okay? Because they say notice and receive positive and beneficial energy available to you now. Okay, so focus on that in order for you then to go ahead and celebrate. Okay, so we've got to clear some energy here, and the energy has to be the positive energy towards it. So it's time to release any, and you might want to just journal a little bit. What's the negative energy you've had towards this abundance in your life? What's the same message that keeps coming up? It's never going to come. It's never going to come. Whatever. What's the message that keeps coming up for you? And it's time to start clearing that. Okay, that energy, so that you can celebrate. Okay, because they're saying get ready. Get ready. If you do this, you can get ready to do this. So that's really, really cool. I love that. Okay, so for this card, what should we put down? So the card is celebration. So in the comments, if you could put celebration, and then I want you to put down, let's see, what should we put down for celebration? One, you can put anything you want to share. But if you're not sure what to share, I'm trying to think of what, I think it would be, rather than writing the negative, what I want you to do is I want you to write something that's positive about your abundance, meaning this is what you want to be thinking about instead, about that abundance, as if it's already here for you. Okay, so celebration, what will you, okay, you could put what will you celebrate? Why would there be a celebration if the abundance has now come true in your life? Why would you celebrate that? So just share that in the comments, okay? Something like that, because I think that would be really fun for everybody to read, including myself. Okay, so this is your third message. So I'm going to move this over here, and here's your third message. So let's see, it's a 53, so it reduces to 8. You see anything here? I have a feeling this is going to be the most powerful of the 3 messages. Mostly like this is your challenge right now. So we've got the energy. We've got to get the positive energy going here in order to move to the celebration. And then this, I think I'm just getting in my intuition is saying this is like the challenge card. Okay. Especially when seeing her down at the bottom. Let's just see. I might be wrong. Okay. What do you see? All right. The words. So it's another runner guide, and the word is rescue. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what that is about. Rescue. So what was that? 53. 53. All right, rescue. So the 4 words, see if anything resonates with you. Why do I keep saying that word? I can't say it. It's funny. All right. Quiet, insight, epiphany, recovery. Quiet, insight, epiphany, recovery. Do any of those resonate with you when it comes to this abundance that you're feeling a little blocked on? So your runner guide message to you is stop and listen. Guidance will come when the inner noise quiets down. You will not miss your opportunities. All will be well. Okay? So have you been feeling that you got to keep going, going, that it's really hard to stop and listen because, you just got to keep working on it. Sometimes you'll hear people say this, and I completely agree. There is so much power in the pause. In fact, I paused for like 6 months this year. And then all of a sudden, I got this like huge inspiration to start this channel. And I started it, I don't know, October 30th. It's December 18th. And I have like 25,000 subscribers. So I paused for like 6 months. I literally just laid around and watched YouTube for like 6 months and swam in the pool and walked and stuff like that. But that is very unusual for me, very unusual for me. And so there is power in the pause. There's power in the pause. So if you have not been pausing, if that's a challenge for you, like you're an overachiever or you haven't been just giving the time to stop and listen, that might be a good message for you for this in terms of what might be blocking. Okay? Guidance will come when the inner noise quiets down. You will not miss your opportunities. All is well. So one of the things you might have heard me talk about on the channel, I think I've only talked about it once, but we have a saying in this household. It's at our front door. It's been on a chalkboard out there for 4 years by our front door. It's everything always works out for us. Everything always works out for us. We always say that. When really good things happen, we're like, everything always works out for us. And then when things are like, why is this not flowing very well? We will say, oh, but everything always works out for us. And then we just wait for it to work out, So that's trusting that you're not going to miss the opportunity. You're not going to miss the opportunity. All will be well. So can't rush the universe. We got to allow the universe to do what it needs to do in the timing. And again, there's power in the pause. I don't know if that's a saying or did I just make that up? I'm sure I didn't make that up. I mean, I did just come up with that, but I'm sure someone else has said it before. All right, 53. So again, quiet, insight, epiphany, recovery. It may seem like you are lost or going nowhere. So again, I could just sense this was like the challenge card, okay? It's the challenge for these two cards, It's the challenge card to get to the celebration, basically. All right, this is kind of probably a little bit where you've been. We want to go here, and this is a little bit of the challenge, all right? So let me say that again. It may seem like you are lost or going nowhere and don't know how to get back on your way. Take heart. Your runner guides are here to help you out of the sand trap and reconnect you with your internal roadmap. They will help awaken your spirit so you stop pursuing wrong turns and dead ends and get back into your authentic flow. There's so much. That's all I talk about a lot here on this channel is listening to the answers within you, finding your own, listening to your own intuition, getting into the flow of that, and just every day, I basically wake up every day and say, okay, what do you want me to talk about on the channel today? And I just listen, and that's just an example. You could say anything, whatever you're doing in your life, it's getting back into the flow of your authentic life and letting your intuition drive that. Do not blindly push forward or try to figure out all the answers right now. Also, stop trying to get ahead. Let go of your fear of being left behind. So again, this has to do with abundance, all right, and what your blockage is. Okay? So do not blindly push forward or try to figure out all the answers right now. There is it's taken that pause. Also, stop trying to get ahead. Let go of your fear of being left behind. Your runner guides cannot lead you forward if you're bogged down in internal noise and confusion. While you may feel trapped, or it may seem as if that you've lost your way, the truth is you are only steps away from your authentic path. All you need to do is relax and become quiet, get centered, go within, and listen to your heart. The runners advise you not to talk about your confusion or ask others for their opinion. I love that, for it only adds to the problem. You have the answers within you. That is the whole purpose of this channel, is to help you find your answers. You do not need to ask other people. Okay? So you're sharing on the channel in the community, but you're not, you can ask for advice, but you don't need advice. You're finding the answers within you. Okay? Now you might need advice like, how do I do something? But what to do is coming from inside of you. So this is probably resonating with a lot of people right now, this particular card. And so again, the challenge for the celebration to happen, the challenge to basically move into this positive energy space that they've asked you to do first. To get to the celebration, we've got to get working on this part. Okay? All right. So there's a little bit more. The runners advise you to not, I'm going to repeat this part because I really like it. The runners advise you not to talk about your confusion or ask others for their opinion, for it only adds to the problem. Your soul knows what it wants, who you are, and where you belong. But life is so busy and so noisy that if you don't quiet it down, you cannot hear yourself. If you're still here after 30 minutes, I totally applaud you, because you're choosing to quiet things down by taking some time, okay, to explore this. Empty your mind of all strategies and convictions on how to move ahead. That's easy, doesn't that relieve you? It's such a relief. Empty your mind of all strategies and convictions on how to move ahead. Admit you don't know what you're doing at the moment and ask your runner guides to guide you home. Ask your runners to guide you home. Your runner guides are here to assist you, and soon you will remember who you are and find your way back into the flow of your life. Okay? Very cool. So I don't want to put challenge down because we want to focus on the positive, but let's go ahead. So this one was called rescue. Okay. So anything about rescue that resonated with you? What resonated with you, and what do you what do you want to do differently? What do you need to do to stop and listen so that you can start to hear your own answers? You don't need to ask anybody else. It's a really cool concept if you start getting into that space of finding your own answers instead of relying on all the people on YouTube to give you the answers of what's going on in the election or whatever. You know how you feel about it. You don't need other people to tell you. Okay, this part doesn't work. There we go. I feel weird holding it, but I guess I don't need that there anymore. So yeah, so I loved this. I think this is amazing. I think you've gotten some answers for yourself of things you could be thinking about that will help release those blockages for whatever the abundance it is that you're looking for. Or next, just what do you want in your life, And maybe letting go of whatever you think the abundance should look like. If you take that time to pause, maybe through that pause, if you quiet down and give yourself space to just make sure that that's the abundance that you actually want. You may think you want it, and then the universe gives you something different because you've quieted down. And then all of a sudden something's there and you're like, whoa, I had no idea that I was going to do this. None. I never even planned it. I've been working with the SGs, my spirit guides, using these dowsing rods and the angel cards for like 8 years. Okay. Just for myself and my family and some friends, you know. And I literally one day was like, you know what? I should just do a video. And I did a video and I got like 25,000 views on it. So, I mean, I have a lot of background. So it's not like, it wasn't my first video I done on YouTube. I had done some business stuff. So it wasn't like, oh, Karen's just like a unicorn. No, it wasn't I mean, it was a little bit of a unicorn experience. But I'm 55. I've done a lot of work to get to a unicorn experience. Let's just put it that way. But what I was doing, which I'd never done in my life before, is I took a pause. Like I told you, like 6 months, and I just vegged. I mean, I literally was like, I just was like, and I was watching a bunch of YouTube. I was getting up, and I went from like subject to subject to subject, and I was just getting new ideas, and and I just waited, and I wasn't even looking for anything. I just waited, but I knew I was like weirdly not doing anything because I thought, well, I don't know, what am I going to do next? And then just one day, it was like my intuition just said, do this, just do it. And I felt totally confident and I just did it and it was fun. And then here we are 7 weeks later, it's just like, so that's just an example of what the pausing can do and not putting pressure on yourself to help release those blockages. And then maybe that word for abundance, the abundance you're looking for in your life, maybe some other abundance actually shows up because you've done that. And then the one you wrote down takes care of itself. I mean, you just never know. So that's what I love about trusting the universe and getting in the flow of your life. So it can be way more fun that way, because if you get into the flow of the universe and you trust the advice you're getting, and especially advice just to stop for a while, I mean, and quiet down, that's the best advice ever. Right? Who doesn't want that advice? But it's hard for some people. It's really hard for some people, especially if you're very goal driven. You like to be really organized. It's very hard for some people to do that. So this might be a message for some stronger than others. I don't know. So yeah, anything here was a message to you. Did anything give you any ahas about what could be blocking any of the abundance in your life? I would love to hear about it, and the community would love to hear about it. So please share. This is a safe place to share, and you will find support. Okay? All right. Well, I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.